Eventually, I would discover that her name is Jam. Sabi ko, grabe, lalo ako na-interest because not only is her face sweet, her name is very sweet also. Jam. Yung jam nilalagay sa bread. Sabi ko, ang sweet-sweet na mukha. Sabi ko, ang sweet-sweet. Kilig na kilig. Kilig na kilig ko.
Grabe,
sabi ko, grabe, ang sweet-sweet na ng face niya. Ang sweet pa ng pangalan niya.
Yes, naman. Hey guys! Welcome again to Let's Share with Jam
and Paolo.
For this episode, this is actually a continuation of our story. And if hindi nyo pa napapanood yung episode 1, 2, and 3, I suggest na panoodin nyo yun kasi para tong teleserye. So this is a continuation. Yes, it's a series of our I wish of our story. So yung first episode, Paolo talked about yung before he met me. On the second episode, I talked about before I met him. For the third episode, we talked about naman yung prayer ko, yung ideal person natin, di ba? And for this episode, ito na yung boy meets girl. Parang gano'n. So, Paolo will tell you about yung version niya of finding the girl.
Yes. Okay. And once again, this is a summarized version of my perspective of the story. It was 2011 when I was 4th year high school and I just finished taking my entrance exam sa Ateneo. And after that, I went to a film showing organized by my mom in collaboration with Joseph Feeding Mission. So that was the first time na na-expose ako sa church nila. Now church namin, but at first church nila. Drums, the Rock of My Salvation. Because my mom, she got to know her mom, si Pastora Emerita, through this DVD called Hell is Real. For those of you who don't know, Hell is Real is a DVD documentary made by their church, being sold in leading bookstores nationwide. And that's how my mom got to know her mom, because when we watched the video, we showed that video to our old church, and then my mom contacted the people in their church, and in collaboration, they made this event possible. They created this film showing event where
feeding program.
This day was very important. It marked a very important event in my life because first, like I said, that was the first time I was exposed to their church, and that was the first time I ever saw Jam. That was the first time I ever saw Jam. I was actually late for the film showing. I was late because I came from the exam sa Ateneo, and I went home and I had to change, and then that's when I went to the film showing. When I got there, my mom gave me a camera and said, "Pao, ikaw na bahala ikaw na magiging photographer sa event na to."
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, okay, that's super easy. Taking photos is super easy. And when I started shooting, that's when I saw another photographer in the event. She was wearing a black polo shirt, and I was interested because she was also taking photos. So I thought she was an official photographer of the other church. So both of us were walking around the event's place taking our own photos. Pero talaga, the first time I saw her, wow, ang ganda naman ng photographer nila. They're paying for this photographer to shoot photos, but she's really pretty. That was what was going on in my mind. At first, I thought she was paid. They were simply paying her to take photos, and then she'll give the photos to them, and so long you won't ever see her again. But then after the event, I was surprised to see that she went inside the same car that the pastor of their church, si Pastora Emerita, same car that she went into. She also went inside that car. So that's when I asked my mom. I went to my mom and said, "Mom, who's that girl who went inside the car with Pastora?" And she's like, "Oh, she's Pastora's daughter." And at that moment, my interest in her instantly skyrocketed up. Oh, okay, daughter ni Pastora. She's not just any paid photographer. Before I saw Jam, I've always been praying to God for a girl who's like my mom. Well, what do I mean when I say she's like my mom? My mom is also a pastor's kid. My mom's a very religious person. She's always active in church activities. So when I found out that she was also a pastor's kid and she was involved in church activities, that's when I really had an interest in Jam, and I wanted to get to know her more. So that's why that Saturday of 2011 was very eventful in my life. So there, yeah. So what's her version of the story? I wonder.
Okay, my version of the story, during that time naman, when I met Paolo, ang alam ko lang is, merong bumili daw ng DVDs namin during that time. Marami siyang binili na DVDs Kasi gusto nilang i-regalo. If I remember it correctly, gusto nilang i-regalo yun. So, sabi, nung nandun na kami sa feeding, yun daw yung in-organize, so punta kami doon. And as usual, ako yung photographer during that time. And nung dumating si Paolo, sabi nga, parang sinabi na, uy, yan yung anak nung bumili ng DVDs. Parang sabi ko, kasi late nga siya nun. I can't even remember. Or baka napagtanong-tanong ko na lang. Kilig siya. Okay, anyway. So, nalaman ko nga na siya yung anak ng bumili ng DVDs. So, dahil late siya dumating, so, makikita mo kagad siya, and angat na angat siya kasi Chinese nga siya.
Angat na angat.
So, nung nakita ko siya, Chinese.
Chinese sarap. Chinese food.
To be honest with you guys, nung time na yon, nung nakita ko si Pao, hindi talaga ako attracted sa kanya physically. Alam ni Pao to, pero kaya niya maniwala. Kasi nung nakita ko siya, unang nakita ko siya kasi parang snob siya. Ang kapal ng buhok niya, tapos naka-checkered shirt. Si Pao kasi dati, hindi siya nagsasmile. As in, nakagana siya. Show your face. Like that. Yan lang siya. Mas mabait pa nga ngayon eh. During that time, parang talagang ganyan lang. Tapos, nainis ako noon kasi harang siya ng harang sa akin. Ako yung official photographer. Sanay ako na ako yung official photographer. So, ako yung may hand na kung saan ako pupwesto, walang harang sa akin. And si Paolo naman, nagmamagaling, official photographer din. Harang-harang siya sa akin.
That is not true.
Pumunta siya sa harap ko. Kung saan yung angle ko, doon siya pupunta. Ay nako, hanggang ngayon hindi pa rin namin nare-resolve.
Ikaw yung naunang humarang.
Ikaw, nagpapapansin siya kasi sa akin. Anyway, and nung kumakain na kami, natatandaan ko pa yun sa taas eh. Kumakain kami noon. Tinig ko, kamusta yung entrance exam mo sa Ateneo? Sabi ko, ay, college pa lang. Bata pa. Maybe we will talk about yung age difference namin some other time. Di ba? Magandang topic yun, no? Anyway, fast forward. So, after that event, hindi kami nagkaroon ng chance actually talaga na magkausap nung event na yun.
Because right after event, umalis na agad
umalis na agad. But, ang pinaka tumatak sa isip ko nun is, akala ko kasi first impression ko sa kanya parang, ay, ang sungit. Parang, ay, mukhang hindi namamansin. But, towards the end of the program, merong worship service. And nagulat ako, lahat ng tao nagkakantahan, nag-praise and worship. Tapos, yung guy na to, hindi ko pa alam yung pangalan niya, nandun siya sa gilid. Tapos, umiiyak siya. Tapos na yung praise and worship, parang masaya na yung kanta, praise na yung kanta, pero umiiyak pa rin siya, nandun siya. Tapos, pagtanggal niya ng face towel niya, tatanda ko ang haba-haba ng face towel niya. Yung mata niya, parang wala na talaga, ganyan na yung mata niya, sobrang iyak niya. Tapos, naalala siya sobra ni Mami, pinag-pray siya ni Mami, minit siya ni Mami after, di ba? Kasi, natuwa si Mami sa kanya kasi at a young age, kita ni Mom sa kanya yung heart niya for God. So, medyo napapaganan ako nun, may heart siya for God. Parang yung impression ko kasi, hindi siya yung type ng guy na parang, how do I say this? Malapit sa Lord? Parang ginudge na ba kita? Pero yeah, ginudge ko na siya. Pero parang ganon. Nagulat ako na, nandun siya, tapos umiiyak siya talaga. Why were you crying?
The anointing service, diba? Everyone was going in front.
Yeah.
I really felt God's presence there. I really felt like He was hugging me from the back, from the front, everywhere. Kasi na-imagine ko talaga He was hugging me. So I felt warm and I started crying kasi nakilig talaga ako.
Yeah, kasi
really felt
kahit
good
tapos
talaga.
na, di ba, umiiyak ka pa rin. Parang nasa gilid ka pa rin.
Fast forward, a few weeks after that event, one of the church members of their church texted me and invited me to attend their youth service on a Saturday night. I definitely went for reasons I will not disclose.
Okay.
So I started attending the youth services there. And then my parents started attending church there. And then whenever my parents would eat at a lunch or dinner table with her mom, we would always be there with them. So kaming dalawa
Yeah,
dyan.
and
Magkasama
sila Josh,
kami.
your
And si
parents.
Josh and si Justin,
Yeah.
yes, our close friends. And in this youth service, si Jam and si Josh, they were the speakers there. So that's when I found out that they were actually youth leaders then. And then when we got separated into small groups, I got to know a little more yung mga youth sa church nila.
Yeah.
And that's when I started becoming really close with Jam, Justin, and Josh, with my core group of friends. And doon talaga, apart from my parents being close with her parents, we were also becoming close with each other. And then a few weeks later after that, Jam's mom gave me a book. The book was entitled Do Hard Things. And that book also changed my life because it contained a lot of breakthrough lessons, especially for people my age during that time. People about to enter college and how they can make a difference in their communities through the Christian faith.
And ang hindi niya alam nun, ako yung nag-suggest nung book na yun. Parang I was reading that book and sobrang powerful nung book na yun. Parang it changed my life too. So, nung sinabi ko sa mom ko yun, maganda yung book na yun kasi mom ko kasi nag-encourage siya. Masarap siya mag-encourage. So, nakita niya yung heart ni Paolo for God. Sabi niya, gusto niya magbigay ng book, gusto niya mag-support, gusto niya mag-encourage kay Paolo. Sinuport niya si Paolo by buying that book.
And it was only a few years after that I found out that Jam was actually the one who recommended that book. And right now, we're recommending that book to you guys.
Yes.
Because it changed our lives.
Never kaming nag-hangout na kaming dalawa lang ni Paolo. Na-realize ko nun, napapansin ko na nun kasi nagsa-start na siya mag-hint. Pumasok siya sa Ateneo, sabi niya, sana Ateneo ka na lang din. Dapat nag-aaral ka na lang ulit ngayon.
Para classmates
tayo. Sabi niya.
So we see each other more often.
Galing.
Yan ang style, boys. Take notes.
Tapos, even if nakikita ko siya sa Facebook nung time na yun, hindi ko siya ina-add. But eventually, nalaman ko na naiinis pala siya sa akin during that time. Kasi sabi niya, ang arte ko daw. Kasi bakit ako, hindi ko siya ina-add. Nakikita na nga niya na nandun ako. Parang same thread of comments. Parang nandun kami parehas. Pero sabi niya, bakit gano'n? Friend ko na si Justin, si Josh. Bakit si Jam ayaw pa akong i-add ang arte daw? Naiinis daw siya. Naiinis ka nun?
Honest.
Honest.
Sucks lang. So even if we were becoming really close as a group, me, Jam, Justin, and Josh, hindi pa rin ako pinapansin ni Jam ng todong-todo. Like, she never singled me out. She just treated me as one of her many guy friends. And it came to a point na naaasar na talaga ako na bakit di ako pinapansin, dapat close tayo, but you don't treat me, you don't treat me like in a special way,
Okay.
na I wasn't getting the same signals that I was trying to send to you. Basically, something like that. She started getting in my head. Interested ako sa kanya, but she wasn't letting me feel at all that she was interested in me. I got annoyed, but I was attracted. But it's not because of her snobbing per se. Kumbaga, hindi lang dahil doon na di niya ako pinapansin. What I also saw in her was she was a very busy person in terms of the activities that she had to lead in church. She had plenty of things to do in church. So what I got was she didn't have time to entertain me because she was too busy, developing a relationship with God, serving God in church. That's what got me to be interested in her even more. She's like my mom when she was young, very active in church, pastor's kid, and very passionate for the Lord. Yung love na love talaga ang Lord. What I saw in Jam was she was very content. It didn't look like she was frantically looking for something to make her happy. It's like she was already content in the place where she already was, because she was active in church, she had her own group of friends, she had a good relationship with God, and it's in her security that got me to like her even more.
Take note guys during that time, nung yun yung iniisip ni Paolo, hindi ko alam na yun pala yung impression na nabibigay ko sa kanya. Pero during that time, naging conscious ako, naging aware ako na not to give him the impression na parang lagi akong available for him. Na yun eh, kahit na may feelings ka sa isang tao, you don't have to act on it agad-agad. During that time, meron nang nag-uumpisang feeling eh. Di ba? Parang meron ng feeling na parang, uy, nagiging active siya sa church, okay naman siya sa mga friends ko. So, I was just observing him. Ginawa ko talaga is, nagpaka-busy ako sa church, hindi ko siya ina-add sa Facebook. Hindi ako inuunang makipag-usap sa kanya, hinintay ko na siya yung unang mag-message sa akin. Take your time to develop yung skill mo, develop yung parang resume ng pagkatao mo, I think. I-improve mo yung resume ng pagkatao mo, and eventually, you don't even have to recite to them na this is what I do, this is what kind of person I am. Kita na lang nila yun. And to my surprise, ganun nga yung nangyari kay Paolo.
But again, baka isipin ng mga girls, to the girls who are listening, na, okay, di ko na lang siya papansinin para maging attracted sa akin. That's not the point here, hindi ganun. Ang mas nakaka-attract is you're so busy with your own passions and interests. that you're secure by yourself, that you don't need that person to make you feel happy. That's the kind of things that attracts guys, not snobbing per se. So that's not something that we condone na huwag mo napansinin, that's the secret, hindi ganun. Ang mas nakaka-attract is hindi mo pinapansin yung ibang guys because you're preoccupied with your love for Jesus.
So, ano yung lesson dito?
The first lesson we want to impart to you guys is to take your time to observe.
What does it mean?
Take your time to observe. Parang wag yung the moves agad. Especially for guys, since, you know, sa atin mga guys, it's our duty to pursue the girls. Parang we make the
first
moves.
day. Kayo yung unang gumagawa.
Kami yung unang gumagawa. Wag agad-agad. Take your time to observe first the best course of action for a particular set of circumstances. Always be patient. Yung nga sinasabi ko before you act, think about what you want to do.
Dun sa mga ways niya magsalita, paano siya makitungo sa ibang tao, ano ba yung relationship niya sa Lord, ano yung mga hilig niya, ano yung mga ayaw niya, ano yung ways niya pagka hindi siya okay, yung mga good side and bad side niya. Basically, observe that person first. And not just that person, even yung mga close friends niya. Kasi sabi nga, di ba, kung sino yung mga close friends mo, ganun ka rin. So, observe nyo kung ano sino yung mga close friends niya, ano yung ginagawa niya lagi, ano yung mga hilig niya. So, take your time to observe that person and build a relationship with that person without yung isi-single out mo siya kasi crush mo siya. Be friends with that person. Be friends with her friends.
The second lesson that you can learn from today's episode is to be secure in yourself and in Jesus.
Get busy. Maging busy ka muna. Join activities sa church, sa school nyo, or sa barangay nyo, and build a relationship with Jesus. And hindi lang build a relationship with Jesus, make it deeper. Kasi pwedeng may relationship ka na with Jesus.
Pero parang siya,
ano ibig sabihin ng relationship with Jesus? Not just going to church every Sunday. Not just attending life group.
Building your relationship with Jesus also means, you know, doing your best to get to know Him more. In the same way you would want to get to know more your crush.
Yes.
You know, you do that with Jesus first. The more you get to know Him, the more you fall in love with Him.
So, trust me, pagka nagka-boyfriend or girlfriend ka na, you'll need that relationship.
I think in a very real sense, no. Once you become close with Jesus and let's say you get into a relationship with another person, Jesus becomes that glue between you two.
Yeah.
Whenever both of you let each other down, you disappoint each other, Jesus will be the one to pick both of you up.
And another investment na gusto namin makuha nyo is yung number 3.
The third and final lesson that you can take away is to invest in friends. Because every time you spend time with friends and you invest yourself, you know, in a group of friends, they're the ones who will become your support group. They'll help you grow as a person. It also helps you find your own strengths and weaknesses. They're the ones who can, you know, be your accountability partners.
Yeah.
Diba? They'll tell you what you need to improve on.
And make sure then yung friends nyo, especially your core groups, yung pag sinabi kasing core groups, ito yung talagang close friends mo. Ito yung lagi mo kasama. Kasi may mga friends na friends mo sila pero hindi mo na sila masyadong nakakausap. Make sure yung group of friends nyo, these are the kind of friends that can help you grow. Hindi yung puro fun lang. Kaya lang pagka nagsisinungaling ka na, or pag hindi naman dapat pero dahil gusto mo silang ma-please, ginagawa mo, yun naman yung borderline.
Also, don't find friends who influence you merely through peer pressure. Because that's a really hard relationship to maintain.
Yeah.
Yung puro, sige, sama ka na, huwag ka KJ. Don't be a killjoy. Diba? You have to find friends who support what you're doing and who respect your boundaries at the same time. Basically, find friends who first help you discover the best version of yourself. At the same time, friends who can keep you grounded in life.
One example lang. Sa akin yung mga friends ko, alam nila na non-negotiable yung Sunday. So, dapat pag Sunday, hindi nila ako pwedeng yayain kung saan. Kasi hindi pwede na hindi ako umattend ng church pag Sunday.
1 Corinthians 15:33 says, "Do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good character."
So, that's it. Don't miss our next episode, di ba, Pao? Kasi we
It
have...
will be a special episode.
Yes.
Special guests.
I hope to see you guys on our next special episode.
For more updates, follow us on Facebook and Instagram. or subscribe to our YouTube channel. The links are down below.
Again, guys,
Let's create a culture of purposeful sharing. Bye!
Hey guys, welcome again to Let's Share with Jam.
And